People ask, why don't I trust the vets, right? And then also, what do I really feed my dog Henry? First off, besides being a human food coach, I've also worked as a dog food sales rep when I was going to college, and I learned a lot about the food. People always ask me, what do you feed Henry? He looks great. Well, Henry eats better than probably half of America. I don't trust 90% of the dog food labels or the vets who recommend them. Most of the commercial dog food, even the premium stuff, is basically a bag of chemicals. They'll survive on it, sure, just like we can survive on them, fast food or like maybe, gas station burritos for a while, right? But it doesn't mean it's good for them. Most vets, like a lot of doctors, are trained to treat symptoms, not prevent them. And dogs, if they have allergies, boom, throw a med at them, right? Medicine, right? If a dog is in pain, just medicate them, right? If a dog farts, meds. But about nutrition, when you ask them about it, they're just going to give you a bag of kibble, right? That's made by a company that is owned by a soda brand. I'm not kidding either, I'm not saying that all the vets are bad, but don't expect them to tell you your dog needs real food, less chemicals, and some bone broth. That's not in their playbook. So let's break down the stuff that you need to avoid, like your in-laws at Thanksgiving. Corn, soy, wheat, byproduct meal. When you see BHA or BHT and the 𝐓𝐇𝐿, it's chemicals that preserve, right? But what your dog actually needs, this is very similar to humans, you guys, right? This is what this channel is about increasing longevity for humans, but dogs also, right? That's why I have to do this video, because I love my dog, and everybody loves their dogs, right? We got to protect our dogs, and if we can get them to live longer, then that'll make us real happy. My other dog lived to be 14 and a half years old. She was a pit lab. But real meat, right? Like, not just like, it has to have a name. It can't be like, a fake meat, that they say, right? Or, fewer mystery carbs, ingredients that you can pronounce, just like humans, right? Without needing like a periodic table or something, right? Organic or non-GMO chicken, if you want to avoid itching, hot spots, and a surprise vet bill, right? Because when I was working as a sales rep for dog food, a lot of the people come in and they said, my dog has this hot spot and he's itching all the time. And I told them, well, change it, because I've done research based on humans, change it to, non-GMO or organic chicken. And then they came back and they were thanking me. They were so happy, because the vets didn't know what to do, right? I'm sure, I don't know if they know now. I have no idea, right? So what I feed Henry though, right? I feed Henry, I give him the only natural pet. It's I do the dehydrated raw. It's expensive though, you guys, but it's non-GMO. And I also give him a multivitamin, and I give him the one for the hips, a stride right thing, because their hips are going to go bad when they get older. We want to prevent as long as we can, right? So then because my other dog, it was tough at the end, but so there's some good brands that you can consider too, like Open Farm. I heard about that one. That one's supposed to be pretty good. It's humanely raised meats, and organic produce. So these are going to cost you though, I'm sure, Honest Chicken, That's human grade. It's great for sensitive skin or digestion. There's another one called Origin. It's high protein, regional meats, no fillers. I'm not saying all these are perfect, but I'm saying that they're better than all the other stuff, especially my Only Natural Pet. You know, that's the one I use. And Sunday for dogs, air dried, nutrient packed. You know, it's for picky dogs. So Henry's been on Only Natural Pet his whole life, and his coat looks great, like it came back from a dog spa, right? People always compliment him, right? So my recommendations, right? Start simple, right? Flip the bag over. If it has corn, soy, or byproducts, you know, especially if they're at the top listed, because everything's at the beginning of it. At the beginning of the, when you look at the beginning of the ingredients, you're going to notice those are the things that's going to have the majority of, right? And same thing with humans when we're reading our labels, right? And you can watch the other videos on this. I have ones on. I have a whole food shopping list for humans that's clean. But you know, make sure you look, and if you see corn, soy, or byproducts listed first, just get rid of that. Don't get that. Oh, also, if you see like chicken meal or chicken, they might have some other chicken in there, and if it's non-organic or whatever, then even if it has chicken will be a filler in there. You know, it won't be it won't say chicken. It'll have like chicken, fat or something. Well, that still has that same stuff, so you don't want that one either, right? Unless it's organic or non-GMO chicken. So, but other meats, I don't know. They seem to not have caused the problems for the cheaper dog food as bad, but I'm still not recommending the cheaper ones. So don't go broke. You can start better and just change it, and you're going to want to change it over a few weeks, a little bit at a time, so your dog doesn't get sick, right? So you go like say change it to keep 3/4 of the old food, go 25% of the new for like 3 or 4 days, and then go 50% of the new, and then half and half, right? And then the next 4 days, do it. You can start weaning them off. Then basically, you're 100 after. Then you go 3/4 of the new, and 25% for the next 3 or 4 days, right? And then at the end, you can just switch them all the way off, get rid of the old food, and start with your new, right? But you can add real food if you ever want. Like eggs, sardines, or little bone broth. That's an upgrade for dogs. Pumpkin, they like that. Let's see here. Even one of these changes can boost your dog's energy and digestion and lifespan, right? So Henry's not just my dog; he's my boy. Okay, I want him around a long time, not just surviving, but thriving, right? So if you feel the same way, hit that like button. Drop your dog's favorite real food in the comments, and let's stop letting dog food companies and clueless vets decide how long our pets live.